Dalit Solidarity Forum is the oldest Dalit rights organization in the USA, and I stand here as its president and as a Dalit, formerly known as an untouchable in India's caste system, speaking for over 200 skilled Dalit artisans who were brought to the US from India to build the largest Hindu temple in New Jersey. They came trusting that the US will be a place of hope and dignity, but instead they were subjected to horrifying working conditions and even death. To understand the structure that underlies their ordeal, you must understand the role of caste and what caste is. It is the world's longest surviving systemic discrimination. Dr. Ambedkar, the Dalit leader, defined it as graded inequality, a rigid ladder where every rung is superior to the one below and inferior to the one above. This 3,000-year-old hierarchy based on scripture imposed a social order where religious duty forced oppressed castes into accepting submissive roles without question, while privileged castes claim their dominance as a divine right. The system persists today across South Asia and particularly in India. The stigma in treating Dalits as lesser being has entered the United States in all terrains. One major example of caste harm is the 2020 Cisco caste case discrimination lawsuit, where a Dalit employee faced isolation, harassment, and unequal pay. Dalit engineers at Google report caste-based questioning and insults about affirmative action. Dalit students and faculty also report harassment, assault, and abuse across educational institutions, revealing persistent systemic caste discrimination. However, the horror the temple workers experienced is egregious. In their words, "We are the Indian stone workers of America, workers rescued by the FBI in 2021 from forced labor conditions constructing the Baptist Temple in New Jersey. We were brought to the US on R1 visas and compelled to perform construction labor for over 87 hours a week and paid just $1.20 an hour. While BAPS claims we are volunteers, we are workers. 5 years on, we are still waiting for our wages, justice, and dignity. Due to many years of stonework at the temple without adequate protections, many of us have developed severe health problems, particularly silicosis, an incurable respiratory illness causing the death of 5 of our colleagues, while several of us are seriously ill. We suffer mental and emotional struggles due to long-term separation from our families, and we were unable to attend funerals of our parents. The slow progress of the court cases against BAPS creates uncertainty and instability, making us vulnerable to conspiracies and intimidation. BAPS sent individuals to threaten us to drop the case. We fear for our safety and our family's safety in India. Despite such harrowing experience, instead of providing justice, the DOJ abruptly dismissed the criminal investigation on BAPS without any explanation after 5 years. The workers' testimonies here show serious abuse, falsely labeled as religious volunteers, made to sign fake documents so BAPS could avoid cost of work visas. Upon arrival, their passports were taken away, which typically happens in human trafficking cases. The workers were locked inside the temple grounds, forced to work around 13 hours a day, denied breaks, closely watched, phone calls monitored, isolated in trailers, faced caste-based insults, verbal abuse, given expired or unprescribed medicines, all under caste oppressive power. As urgent actions, we request a congressional hearing on caste discrimination in the US to document its scope, impacts, and enforcement gaps. The testimony of the workers at this hearing will unmask the highly organized cross-border operations used by powerful private organizations to exploit immigrant workers on the basis of caste. I'm confident their account will move you to demand the immediate reopening of the investigation into the trafficking and exploitation case. Seattle was the first US city to pass an ordinance prohibiting caste discrimination, where our representative Jayapal is from. Similarly, a bill was passed in both chambers of the California legislature. Recently, a legislation has been introduced in New York. Multiple universities' policies include caste as a protected category. Therefore, we urge that caste should be recognized as a protected category at federal level, as the existing laws do not address caste atrocities in the USA to protect Dalits in America.